In this lesson, we will set up the scene together so we can start the render right away after we finish each shader's connection. The first very important thing is, let's go to Menu, File, Project, and hit Set. Please select the Still Life tutorial folder on your computer and set the project. This will help you to keep all your file and texture be organized. Let's go back to Menu, File, Open Scene. Select the file called Still Life Begins. By the way, the Still Life Be Creative file is for you to create your own scene after this tutorial. Be creative, just have fun. Now, open the Still Life Begin file. It will take around 4 seconds to load. Let me explain the structure of this scene so you will know where to select the objects and change the settings later. Go to Window, select the Outliner. The Outliner lets you to see a list of all the objects in the scene. Let's go to Group Master. Select a group called Group Room Wall. Move the camera around. You can see all the walls in the room and windows. Try to click on them. See where the location is. Now, select a group called All Table Objects. You will see all the important objects are inside of this group. Their geometries are very simple, like the goblet and the pot that's behind the flower. I actually sculpt them and add details to them in ZBrush. And then I export the normal and displacement map for this training. Because this lesson only focuses on texture process, so I'm not going to show the ZBrush part. I will show you how to connect this normal and displacement map later. Let's back to the outliner. Select a group called Cast Window Shadow. Open up the group, and you will see 2 GOs in there. Zoom out the camera a little bit, and then go to the channel box that's on your right. Type 1 in the visibility section. Hit Enter. You will see there's 2 shadow casters. I use them to cast some shadow on the scene. We can turn it off by Insert 0 in the visibility section again. Let's go to Light Reflection Board. You will see many polygon points show up. I use them to emphasize the object highlights and catch the better bounce light on the white tablecloth. We will need that at the end, so we can turn it off for now. We only have 1 camera in the scene. It's my personal choice. Cool. Camera Close-Up. Let's go to the panel, Perspective, select Camera Close-Up. I set a keyframe on the timeline. If you shift or move the camera when you're working, you can always select the animation bar and snap the camera back to the same place. The last group we're going to take a look at is All Light. There's 4 lights in the group. Let's open it up. The directional light is the main light. It gives some light effect and also casts shadow. 1 front spotlight and 2 bounce light. Let's just leave them for now. The next step is go to Window looking for Setting Preference, Plugin Manager. Scroll down through the menu. Make sure to check the Mental Ray to MR and the Object Export. The Mental Ray MR is for turn on the Mental Ray setting, and the Object Export is to export object to OBJ format. Hit Close when you're done. Now, we're going to set up the render setting for Mental Ray. Go to Display Render Setting. In the render using, we're going to put Mental Ray. In the Common tab, in the file name prefix, I'm going to put close-up underscore still life. The image format, I'm going to keep TIFF. The frame animation extension, I'm going to keep the first one, the single frame one. Let's see. The renderable camera, we only have 1 camera, so camera close-up. The image size, I'm gonna put 720 for now. Smaller for render. Save time. On the render section option, make sure that enable default lights box is off, because Maya default always turn it on. It will mess up your scene light. Now, let's go to Features tab. Make sure the Ray Tracing and Final Gather and Shadows box are on. Go to Quality. Make sure the Sample Mode, Adaptive Sampling, it's on. They always give you the max sample level is 2. Let's scroll down. The filter, make sure it's triangle. In the Ray Tracing tab, make sure the Ray Tracing box is on. Reflection, puts 5, 5, and 2 for now. We definitely need a higher number later. Keep the motion blur off. In directional light, let's go to the Final Gather. Make sure the Final Gather box are checked. Accuracy is 100 for now. We will need that around 200 for the final render. We're set. The last thing I'm going to mention is I set up some display layers for each individual objects. You can turn the visibility on and off. I use it to render only one object at a time or multiple objects to save a lot of render time in the future. The next lesson, we will work on the breadbolt texture in Photoshop based on the UV.